Hi. So I just wanted to do a little video for teenagers or for parents of teenagers. Obviously, kids are finishing school today now until September, I think, for the foreseeable future anyway, and teenagers that have been preparing all year for their exams have now been told that they're not sitting their exams this summer. So I can understand that for teenagers, especially for 16-year-olds that are sitting the GCSEs and sixth formers who are planning to go on to university in September, it's probably a source of stress and anxiety, and as if you've not got enough to be stressed about, you're now not going to be able to hang out with your mates, you're going to be cooped up at home with your mum and dad doing your head in, maybe some younger siblings, and now there's this. The government have assured us, and have assured you guys, that this isn't going to impact on your future at all, and that if your plans to go to university, then that is going to happen. So this isn't going to negatively impact you. However, I understand that me sitting here saying this and Boris Johnson sat there saying that doesn't necessarily take away the anxiety and the stress that you might feel. Stress and anxiety are really, really normal emotions. It's our brain's way of protecting us from danger. So I'm sure you'll have done this in biology, the fight and flight response, right? So you enter the fight or flight response when something's threatening you. So you start breathing faster, your heart starts pumping faster so that you can get blood and oxygen to your organs to prepare you to either fight or run away. Sometimes it's not useful. That's great if you're up against a bear, but we're not usually in modern life. It's not actually keeping us safe from anything in particular. So the thing that's causing anxiety here, the exams or the lack of exams and the uncertainty that you might be experiencing, it's not a direct threat. We can't fight it and we can't run away from it. So instead what we need to do is get a handle on our emotions and try and control that stress and anxiety. So we have two states, right? So we have calm and we have stressed. There's stuff in between, but we have calm and we have stressed. And it's impossible to be calm if we're stressed. And it's impossible to be stressed if we're calm. We can't be both at the same time. It doesn't make any sense because they're opposites. So what we need to do is find a way of moving from one into the other. So we need to find a way of moving from the stress state into the calm state. I've already touched on breathing. So when we're stressed, our breathing is faster to get more oxygen in so that our hearts can pump faster and get more oxygen to our muscles to prepare us to run away or fight. But we're not doing that. When we're calm, our breathing is much slower, our heart rate is slower because our body is just doing its normal thing and it doesn't need anything extra because it's not fighting anything and it's not running away. So what we want to do is try and get our bodies into that state. In this situation when there's nothing to fight and there's nothing to run away from, this is the more useful state. And it's the more pleasant state to be in. None of us enjoy being stressed, right? So something that we can do is control our breathing. So, or bring our awareness into our breathing. So if you think about when you're asleep, for example, or when someone else is asleep, usually their breathing is calm and it's slow and it's deep, isn't it? Or as you're falling asleep, really calm, slow breathing. That's the state that we want to be in, that calm state, calm breathing. So an exercise that you can do to help to calm the sympathetic nervous system, which is what kicks off when we're in a state of arousal, a state of stress. We want to get from the sympathetic state into the parasympathetic state, which is the calm, happier state. And something that we can do to get us into that state is to control our breath, because we know that slow, deep breathing is associated with being calm and feeling calm. And we know that we can't be stressed and calm at the same time. So if we can get our bodies into a state of calm, then we've not got all the adrenaline, all the stress hormones pumping around our bodies. It makes us feel calmer. And then psychologically, that makes us feel better. And then we can think more clearly and things and have a more enjoyable day because we're not stressed about something that at the minute we can't do anything about. So I'm going to do an exercise with you. So I'm going to close my eyes. You don't have to close down the eyes. If it's more comfortable for you, then you can just sort of send the gaze downwards, so trying to look towards the ground or maybe towards your cheekbones. It's just a way of just avoiding distractions. And then just bring your awareness into your breath. So just start to notice your breath. It's not something we often pay that much attention to, we just do it automatically. So notice its rhythm. It might be fast, it might be slow, it might be shallow, it might be deep. It might be calm and smooth, it might be a little bit erratic and irregular. So just notice that. And notice whether you're breathing through the mouth or through the nose. There's no right or wrong. And notice the temperature of the air that you're breathing in. So if you're breathing through the nose, you might feel it at the tip of the nose. And notice the temperature of the air as you breathe out. Might be a little bit warmer. And notice your chest and your belly. So as you breathe in, maybe your chest rises, maybe your belly rises, maybe they both rise, maybe one rises more than the other. And there's no right or wrong, just notice what's happening in your body. And see if you can track the breath all the way from the tip of your nose or your lips, all the way down the back of your throat, all the way down, lower down into your neck, into the top of your chest, coming down your trachea, your windpipe, expanding into the lungs, maybe expanding into the belly. Noticing if the backs of the ribs are moving. And then track the breath all the way back out, all the way up through the belly, through the lungs, through the top of the chest, through the neck, the back of the throat, and out through the nose or the mouth. And again, track it as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Notice any sensations it brings with it. That might be the temperature. It might be dry, it might tickle the back of your throat. Notice if some breaths are deeper than others. Maybe every now and then you take a deeper breath. And then just gently open your eyes or look up. And so you can do this for as long as you want. The beauty of tracking your breath is that you can do it anywhere as well. Anytime that you feel a little bit stressed or a little bit uneasy about something, just brings you a little bit more inward and a little bit more, just gives you something to focus on. And already just by the act of focusing on my breath became slower. And as my breath slows down, my body starts to think, oh, actually, maybe there's not such a threat. Maybe I don't really need to be on guard just yet. And then as my body starts to calm down, then my brain starts to calm down. It stops firing off stress hormones. And it actually releases nice hormones, so oxytocin and things that make us feel happy. And then once we've not got these hormones whizzing around our body, making our bodies feel a certain way, that helps our mind to calm down. So for me, just from doing that little exercise, I instantly just feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more calm, a little bit more grounded as well. So it's a nice exercise to do, or to do with your teenager and you don't have to do it. You don't have to be a teenager. You can do it anyway. But it's a really nice short exercise that you can do just to help to ground you, help to bring you out of that sympathetic stress state into the parasympathetic calm state. I'm going to be posting plenty more things about so lots of yoga things, lots of things about coping with stress and anxiety and things like that over the foreseeable future. So feel free, follow me on Instagram, Sasha Yoga Life, or on Facebook. On Twitter, I'm Yoga Sasha. There'll also be plenty of videos on YouTube, and I'm going to be putting short yoga sequences on there too. So feel free to follow. If you found this useful, then let me know. If you have any questions, then get in touch. Either send me a DM or you can email me info@sashayogalife.com. But take care.